Namaskarams to everyone. In this video, we are going to see the introduction to the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna's grief is the subject matter of the Bhagavad Gita. It is expressed in the first chapter. From the Shlok 2.11, the actual teachings of the Bhagavad Gita or the actual teachings of Bhagwan Shri Krishna starts. Chapter 1 begins with the problem of every human being. This problem is common to each one of us. We all have one common, fundamental, universal problem. We do not know what the problem is. So Bhagavad Gita presents a solution to the problem. We will have a look at this problem in the further part of the video. So here Krishna is the teacher and Arjuna is the disciple. So what is the problem? The problem is the problem of samsara. Samyak sarati iti samsara. That which keeps moving is called samsara. We need to understand here that life is not a straight line. Births and deaths are not the beginning and the end of life respectively. These are two changes. In this cycle, we have to go through many births and deaths. And between those births and deaths, we have to go through pairs of opposites. Like for example, pleasant, unpleasant, success, failure, heat, cold, and so on. Death is inevitable. Even rebirth is inevitable. Both are choiceless. And this choicelessness is called as bondage. If one wants freedom from samsara, one has to first understand what is samsara. Without the understanding of the problem, we cannot solve the problem. The ignorance of reality is the ignorance of self, which is the root cause. The erroneous self-perception that we have of ourselves and of the world is called as adhyaropaha. Because of this erroneous self-perception, the feeling of inadequacy is centered on I. We feel inadequate, we feel insufficient, because of which desires keep arising. Because of these desires, we are impelled to do actions, and all actions give results. However, all results don't fructify immediately. We accumulate punyam and papaha. The right actions lead to punyam and the wrong actions lead to papam. Our next birth is determined by the results of these actions. So, we need to understand what is the fundamental desire. The fundamental desire of every human being is endless happiness. Because of the root cause, which is self-ignorance, the feeling of inadequacy, the feeling of being incomplete arises, and because of this feeling of being incomplete, we are always having the feeling of insufficiency, which we want to complete by acquiring something external. So self-ignorance is the root cause of the problem. Now you would ask, what is the solution? Of course, self-knowledge is the only solution. In the Bhagavad Gita, 17 chapters present solution to the fundamental problem. And this solution is presented in the form of a poetry which is spoken by Bhagwan Shri Krishna himself. We will be looking at the solution in different aspects, in different contexts, and these different aspects and contexts are applicable to each one of us. The solution has been applicable to people beyond ages. It is applicable today and it will be applicable in the future as well. In the next video, we will have a look at the first and the second shlok of the Bhagavad Gita, the recitation and the meaning of each and every word and the collective meaning of the shloka. Thank you for listening. Shri Krishnarpanamastu.